You and your partner both got promoted last year. Combined, you went from making $95,000 to $125,000. That's $30,000 more. Life-changing money, right? Except somehow you have less in savings now than you did before the promotions. Your rent went up because you could finally afford that nicer apartment. You bought a second car because you both need to commute. Daycare costs hit different when both of you are working. And that extra income? After taxes, childcare, and the second car payment, you're clearing maybe $8,000 more per year. Less than $700 a month for a double the stress, double the commute, double the work. Welcome to the two-income trap, and it's not what you think. If you're someone who thought two incomes would solve your money problems, but somehow you're more financially stretched than ever, or you're considering whether your partner should go back to work and trying to figure out if it's actually worth it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Today we're talking about why two incomes can actually make you broker than one, and it has nothing to do with spending habits. It's math. Let's break it down. Here's the thing most people don't realize. The second income doesn't add what you think it adds. Let's say one partner makes $65,000 and the other goes back to work making $45,000. You'd think you just added $45,000 to your household income, right? Wrong. First, taxes. That $45,000 is taxed at your marginal rate, the highest tax bracket your household hits. Federal, state, FICA, you're losing about 30 to 35% immediately, so that $45,000 becomes $29,000. Then there's childcare. According to care.com, average childcare costs in the U.S. are around $15,000 per year for one child. If you have two kids, that's $28,000. Your $29,000 after-tax income just became $1,000. But wait, now you need a second car, or at least more gas and maintenance. Add another $4,000 annually. You're eating out more because you're both exhausted. Add another $3,000. Work clothes, dry cleaning, convenience purchases because nobody has time to meal prep. You just went negative. That second $45,000 income is costing you money. According to a 2019 study from the Center for American Progress, families with two working parents spend up to 32% of their income on work-related expenses. For single-income families, it's around 7%. This is where it gets really interesting. You're not making an extra $45,000. You're making an extra $8,000 if you're lucky. That's $667 a month after all expenses for a full-time job. And here's the brutal part. You've now locked in higher fixed costs. That bigger apartment, that second car payment, you need both incomes just to maintain the lifestyle you thought the second income was funding. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but we're still making more money overall. That's good, right? Look, here's what happens psychologically. When you see a household income of $110,000 instead of $65,000, your brain thinks you're wealthy. You make decisions based on that bigger number. You finance a nicer car because you can afford the payment. You buy a house in a better school district because we make six figures now. You stop worrying as much about small purchases because you're bringing in two paychecks. But you've actually reduced your financial flexibility. With one income, if someone loses their job, you cut back, but you survive. With two incomes locked into two income expenses, if either person loses their job, you're in immediate crisis mode. You can't pay the mortgage. You can't afford daycare for the job you still have. The second car gets repossessed. According to Elizabeth Warren's research on the two-income trap, families today spend less on discretionary purchases than families in the 1970s, but they've locked themselves into higher fixed costs: mortgage, cars, childcare. The second income didn't create wealth, it created vulnerability. You traded flexibility for the illusion of prosperity. Let me show you what this costs long-term. Family A. Single income of $65,000. They live modestly, they max out one retirement account, they save $500 a month. Over 20 years, with compound growth, they build about $380,000 in investments. Family B. Two incomes totaling $110,000, but with two income expenses, they're actually only clearing $8,000 more per year. They save $200 a month, less than Family A, because life is chaotic and expensive.
Over 20 years, they build about $220,000. Family A has $160,000 more on a lower gross income because they weren't trapped by the expenses that come with two incomes. And that's assuming both people in Family B stay employed for 20 years. The moment one loses their job, they're forced to liquidate retirement accounts, go into debt, maybe lose the house. Here's what most people don't realize. The second income isn't about the money. It's about what you do with the structure of your life around it. So what do you do? First, before the second person goes back to work, do the real math. Take the gross income, subtract taxes at your marginal rate, subtract childcare, subtract the second car, subtract the extra convenience costs. What's actually left? If it's under $15,000 a year, you're working for $7.50 an hour after expenses. Is that worth it? Second, if you're already in the two-income trap, audit your fixed costs. Can you downsize the house, sell the second car, move closer to work? The goal is to get your lifestyle back to something one income can cover, so the second income becomes true additional wealth, not just subsistence. Third, if both incomes are necessary, treat the lower income as if it doesn't exist. Budget entirely off the higher income. Bank the second income or invest it immediately. Don't let lifestyle inflate to match dual income. Two incomes should make you wealthier, but for most families, they just make you busier and more fragile. The trap isn't having two incomes. The trap is building a life that requires two incomes. If this changed how you think about household income, hit that like button and subscribe. Most people never run these numbers. Don't be most people.